What if all we ever needed was someone to believe in us? Someone to look at us and see us, listen and hear us, hold our hands and walk with us. Someone did. And because they did, we are here.
I teach at Domangui DA Primary School. In 2022 January, I started teaching at Domangui DA Junior High School as the only teacher. I was like, okay, what if this is another time for me to live another purpose? Probably I have something to do in the lives of these kids, because I asked myself, they are all parts of the future leaders in Ghana. So if I leave and nobody goes there, so what happens to them? Good morning, how are you? In 2008, I lost my dad, and then I was like 10 years, I was just like this boy. My dad took leave to come to the north to say hi to the parents, and in the process, I think he was riding motorbike and he died on the way. Motorbike is the only way I can come to school. But for a very long time, I didn't like riding motorbike, but now I have no option because I have to use the motorbike. So my mom was the one to take care of all of us, including my brothers. And then in 2012, she fell ill and also passed on. That time, I was like the girl wearing the blue dress. So when you take your paper, you write your name. There's a space provided where you have to put your name. So kindly write your name. Don't forget, in our school, we have 3 teachers, but today, unfortunately, one is not well, so we are 2 here. And then the classrooms are 3. So I just handed the question papers to one of the classes. And this class, their age groups are between 8 and then 15. So they are writing their exam. I'll move into the smaller classes. So for this class, their age group is between, we have as low as 1 year to 15. So those who are smaller, they are actually not part of the class, but then they are sitting in front just so they don't go outside and distract. Hello. Hello. At senior high, I was privileged to be selected into the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program at Comfort. And this really, really helped me. Aside paying my fees, what I benefited and I enjoyed most was the mentorship aspect. It built my self-confidence, and then I saw my future through some of these mentors who used to come to the school to talk to us. And I think it really, really helped me. It really, really helped me.
We were but girls with dreams of an Africa where poverty existed no more. Regardless of who or where we were from, we could get and give dignified work, and all we worked with would know they were making the world a better place.
Finalizing on confirming meetings for end of the day. But this is the beauty, that I work with a very diverse team of experts from around the world. Africa being a startup climate tech company that harnesses indigenous knowledge, uses technology to develop nature assets that will come down all the way to benefit the very local communities. It's one of those things that I pride in, being part of Africa as a co-founder and head of projects, to be able to represent the interests of indigenous people using technology and their knowledge and expertise to create these nature asset products.
Drink water. If you know you're going to be late, so you just wake up and you negotiate with your sister.
My journey to Cambridge was a hallmark of my career, even personal life and personal growth. As a woman who was getting into the private sector and in climate tech and nature investments, it was life-changing for me.
You know, we have to, I told Tanya, somebody has to find something for us to do. You remember when we were in school? All of us used to wake up at the same time. Everybody has. I was quite fortunate to benefit from the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program that sponsored me for a full year master's at the University of Cambridge. But for someone who was a parent like me, there were things that it was my daily responsibility. So yes, I was juggling school, but then there was this amazing aspect that I didn't pay bills for 1 year. For 1 year, this is a mother who doesn't have to worry about what children are gonna eat. The only thing I had to worry was when they're gonna eat. So in between the day, all I have to worry about is being a student. So that gives you peace of mind. You can imagine, for someone paying your bills for a full year, and an adult who had paid that my bills for about 20 plus years. So I had a break.
We had to leave home to make home better. We needed help, and so we sought it. All we needed was one congratulations, and when it came from the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program, we knew that our lives and that of those around us was about to change.
I grew up in the rural areas of Teso sub-region in Ngora district. In that part of the country, the place we live communally, so one person's problem is the other's. So these are my parents, and this is our home. This is my mom, my lovely mom, and this is my lovely dad. Yeah. And this is my sister, and by the way, I follow her. She's called Rosaline. Yeah, and this is all our home. We grew up 7 of us. I have 3 sisters and 3 brothers, and this is our beautiful home. It has changed over the years, but this is where we grew up. One of the things I am very proud of is being able to build for my parents this house. I believe that parents deserve a befitting old age, at least from all children. I know mine do deserve it. And it makes me so proud just being able to build this at my age and, being able to bring the change that I always wanted to bring at home. So I'm very, very proud of that. After primary 7, I joined Soroti Secondary School, just here in our town of Soroti, where I did well, and I was given a sponsorship for leadership at Cornerstone Leadership Academy. After getting that sponsorship, I also still did well and applied for the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program at Makerere University. And lucky enough, I was considered for the scholarship. So during that scholarship, we also received the COVID Recovery Fund in that difficult period of COVID, where, no one is working. That fund coming through took the entire family throughout that period. And here I am now. I graduated with a bachelor's in community psychology. Education is a great pillar in our family, and it's very emphasized.
And this is my mom's shop. My mom is right here. She has been doing business forever. And I guess this is where I got my business genes from. My brothers do business. Even my sisters. So I guess it runs in the family now. It's a family thing, doing business.
The world of our dreams had multiple locks, and education was just but the first key. We opened the lock with gratitude, and before we could hang up that key, mentorship, leadership, and entrepreneurship were handed to us. So nothing was going to stop us.
This is Mama. She helps in getting the shea nuts in this community. So most of the women do come to her, pick their money, and then they'll give her the shea nut. So she will now do the collecting and also store them. Care is a social enterprise which is dedicated to the production of shea butter and its related products in order to create employment opportunities for local women, for shea processors, in order to prevent them from cutting the trees, because that was what we identified as a problem. Yeah, I go. I got into the shea industry after when I got to this community, I realized that they were cutting a lot of trees, specifically the shea. I made them to understand if you cut this tree, the next 5-10 years, there won't be any tree to survive on, and you won't even get it to do the charcoal. Then what happens? So they all agreed with me, and we decided that we will go with the butter processing. And now, through my interaction and using it to do cosmetic products, their sales revenue has increased, and now they've seen the reason why they should go into the shea industry more than cutting the trees. This is still the fry, so this is how it looks like after the kneading process is done. So you see it's white, not pure white, but like in an ash color from this. So this shows that the kneading process is done, and now it's now ready to get to fire for us to boil to get the oil. When you purchase our product, 20% goes into supporting the activities of Producare Touch Life. Now, Producare Touch Life is looking at 3 main areas, which is quality education, female leadership, and also women empowerment through skills training. So when you purchase any of our products, 20% goes into supporting them for us to undertake this activity. And aside that, there are women who are not also into the butter and they are in the community cutting the trees. So this 20% goes into finding other life skills for them. So some will say, oh, we want to learn soap, we want to learn beading. We do that for them, so they also have an alternative aside cutting the tree. And all this is just towards promoting and also making sure that our climate is safe.
After years of visualizing and trying to define our dreams, it was time to make them our reality, to establish enterprises with our people. So we went back home, said our works were people-centered, but who were the people and what did they need?
I met a gentleman called Joseph Olesimil, who is one of well-renowned Maasai rights activists. Olesimil Joseph got me into land activism. And I was a land rights activist for quite a long time. But after doing this for about 15 years, I met friends who were doing investment in tourism, private equity in tourism, and nature-based investments. This was a critical moment for me and a turnaround where I began to see how we could sustainably support communities that were stewarding nature, protecting nature, by plugging into nature finance, which is an investment that is accessible globally. So that's how Earth Acre was born. And 3 years down the line, we have onboarded communities in 4 counties. And it's revolutionary because 70% of that investment, 70% of that income and revenue goes to communities. We need to tell the rest of the team members what is expected of us. And I think we need to... This is my colleague Viraj, fellow co-founder and our CEO. We do have a peer-to-peer review. We do this so that I can get to understand what is his goals for the next 1 month, the next 3 months, and how I plug into his work, and the same thing, how he supports me to accomplish the goals on my end.
Patita as head of projects, we and myself as CEO, we need to be very, very closely aligned and closely working together. And so we have these, weekly one-on-one sessions to just make sure we're moving in the same direction.
Thank you, Marilyn. Awesome. One of the long-lasting impacts of the mentorship that I went through for 1 year on the program was the opportunity to think through, to envision what my work was going to be like. That envisioning, that opportunity to think further and to even look beyond what I was currently doing at that time in school really did help give me skills for leadership, for management, to be able to set goals that can be achieved within timelines, and also to understand the working culture in different parts of the world and how that was going to impact on our delivery of our projects.
All over Africa, from the abled to those living with disabilities, the people needed work. They needed to generate income in an environment that pushed them to learn and grow, a place where they felt respected and were part of something bigger than themselves.
I live in Wakiso, you can see the very beautiful place, which is different from where I do business from. And normally most people prefer using the border borders because it takes me roughly about 20 minutes, or other people 20 to 25 minutes. One of the things that I'm also very proud of is my award of excellence. This was awarded to me for emerging the best scholar for the 73rd graduation of the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program. Having gone to the top university in the country and in Africa, I am very proud that I emerged with a first class degree in community psychology. Mr. Pio has been our neighbor, and because of the stigma going around people with disabilities, he was always told he wouldn't do anything for much better with his life. I felt like there is an opportunity beyond just these people that have disabilities. There's something better that they can do with themselves. So Mr. Pio inspired me to open Craftwear City, Uganda, just to skill people with disabilities in craft shoemaking skills as an alternative for earning revenue. The reason as why we chose this place is because the business environment here is very conducive. So the costs here are very subsidized. Utilities like power, rent is very subsidized in this building, giving us a very, very conducive environment to do business. The other reason is because this is Kampala. Upcountry, they perceive that products from Kampala have more quality. That's why we are located right here. Hi guys! How was home?
Home was fine.
Yeah, you reached safe yesterday.
Very safe.
Craftwear City, Uganda, is a solution that aims at training people with disabilities in craft shoemaking skills and as an alternative revenue stream. So far, we have trained 3 people with disabilities and over 500 students. We have sold over 800 pairs of shoes all over the country. But we need to do better. Yeah, we need to skill more people, we need to do better, and we also need to expand so that we can employ more people and be in position to give them opportunities equally.
I am working to ensure that women, both young and old, access quality education and have dignified work. Every time I plant a tree or encourage someone to grow one, Mother Nature knows that I honor her, and she in return rewards me with shea nuts.
Here I am, packaging shea butter and encouraging women to stop cutting the trees and producing the butter. And there you see bags, not 1, not 2, more than 100 bags of charcoal produced from shea trees. And so as a way of solving this, I'm doing advocacy, but then as a way of intensifying my advocacy, I've collaborated with Global Shea Alliance, and I'm still in talk with them, and they've promised to give me staff who will come to this community and also let them know the need to protect the shea trees. So as a way of going beyond the advocacy, I saw the need to plant the shea trees. I even challenged the children in my community to plant. Each child should plant a shea tree, and then so once they do the planting and then it grows, they bring it, I will inspect, and then when it's ready for transplanting, then any child whose shea seed grows, I have a prize for them. So the intention was to make sure that each child is able to grow at least 1 tree, and once they know there's a price attached, they'll be willing to water it every day, and then when they come, I give them the prize, and together we will do the transplanting. Good afternoon. Now you come. How are you doing? So when I got to this community, I realized that the benefit I had from mentorship at senior high school, it's important for me to now give back, because I saw that most of them have pressing issues. They don't even know who to talk to and even how to go about it. Sometimes you ask some of them what they want to be in future, and they don't even know what to say. So I saw that it is now time for me to give back The mentorship that I benefited years back at senior high school through the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program. And that is why I started this mentorship session with these kids. And it has really been helpful. I also realized that some of them even struggle with sanitary towels. So I decided to support with that and then also advise what they can also do on their own. And recently I started working with Sisters Keepers, and I've been able to help some of them apply for a global competition, and 3 of my mentees here are selected to partake in that program. Some are working on waste management in the community, some are working on bad relationship, and some are also working on teenage pregnancies. They are young girls, but they've seen that it's a problem and they want to find a solution to that, of which I'm helping them to build that. I aspire to position myself in such a way that I will attract people who are passionate like me, so together we can inspire and inspire and inspire. Oh, okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay.
Like my father and his fathers before him, indigenous people are full of knowledge, and I am my father's daughter. Nature nurtures me and I nurture it back. I fight for earth and planet rights, without which, how will we live? How will we survive?
Mama, what are you?
My growing up, I think that was a little heaven. When I look back, I think about the family ties, the bond, the nature, everything was just seamless. My parents had really taken up, they put a huge shelter around us to keep us away from the negative cultural practices, the societal expectations of how the culture is supposed to be, and even they blocked most of the negative things that would have gotten in our way.
This is the man who I derive all my motivation, my encouragement, my love. A lot of things I have learned in this life, it's my father who taught me. So my father was love. This is everything that you would have wanted to be in life, as a parent, as a cheerleader. The politics I learned from an early age to date, most of it was from my father. Social justice and love for other people, doing things that would not only benefit you, but something that also has place in society. So I don't think I have a better teacher than this man right here. And if there's anyone I'd ever, forever grateful for, was to be born his daughter, and to know that I will carry his name high. I'll continue to miss him, love him, and live through the things he taught me.
Like Lion is one of the many solutions to human life conflict.
Yes.
We don't have any more land that is being created. So the idea is to try and have that habitat possible for it to be shared by livestock, humans, and wildlife. The coexistence is what I work so hard towards, and it's what I would like to see. If we do not invest in these spaces, we will end up with mortar and brick. So my vision and my dream is that we continue to develop incentives through nature-based solutions such as carbon, biodiversity, to bring those benefits direct to the people who are keeping this land open, the people who are actually stewarding nature protection and biodiversity protection.
I am my community's and my community is mine. We work together, we create together, and most importantly, we grow together. Whenever I touch a soul, I heal someone's feet and make their journey to the future all the more comfortable.
I have had a very, very great mentor. Madam Agi, we call her Agi, yeah, has been very inspiring.
Oh, how is it going?
Not bad.
How is Craftware City?
This is where it all started. This is where I learned to make shoes. Formerly, when I used to be here, it used to be called Seco. Now it has rebranded to Arise Collection through this amazing lady. I have learned a lot from her. I learned her entrepreneurial spirit, her resilience, and her courage in doing things. And also being an outstanding woman who has moved throughout just to do business. I have really learned a lot from her.
By the way, these days we've introduced a lot of Many's products. Why is it important for us to keep having more Esthers rise up to the occasion? Every year, Makerere alone graduates more than 4,500 graduates. Where do these people go? We need more Esthers to create opportunities for these people. If you have the opportunity to start now. Esther, has it been easy?
Not entirely.
Are you quitting soon?
No, not thinking of
Okay,
it.
at least we agreed in our mentorship program. If she quits, I also quit being her.
She's very, very unique. And big enough. It carries a lot of products.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Wow. I really cherish moments like this. Just having to come and catch up with friends is a lot of vibe, but we also really talk about very serious topics and serious issues that impact not only ourselves, but the country and so many other people. Look at how beautiful this city is. This just shows me the potential in terms of market that we have for Craftware City, Uganda. We shall be able one time to supply all this beautiful city with our shoes. Reflecting on how I grew up and where I live now, it's really so amazing how life can take you through stages and even just create beautiful changes. I really hope that life in the near future is good. We always joke that the bright is the future instead of saying the future is bright. But I believe I'm destined for far much better things and greater things ahead.
We are teachers, leaders, creators. Can you see us? Defying the ground and breaking the glass ceiling. Can you see us? Extending our hands to work with other dreamers. Can you hear us? Calling to you and daring you to believe in someone else, because maybe all they too need is for someone to believe in them. Look at them and see them. Listen and hear them. Hold their hands and walk with them until they too can join us as we say, we are here.